Hi everyone. Hello everyone. This is Michelle Howe from EMPATH EVOLUTION. How are you today? How are you? I have a special message and insight and wisdom to speak to you about, and I hope you stay with me. What kept coming to mind was the word trust. Trust. When, where, how? How do we do this thing people call trust? Is it something we want to do? A lot of my clients come forward and they talk to me about the fact that they don't trust. How is that happening that we don't trust? What don't we trust? Lo and behold, I think that we don't trust life. When I ask them to pinpoint what they don't trust about life, it's people. It's what's coming to them in life. They feel like life is very unpredictable. It's an unknown, whether things are going to go well or not today or tomorrow, because based on the past, maybe I don't trust the fact that I will be okay. Maybe I don't trust the fact that life is going to go well for me. Maybe I don't trust what I can create in life. Maybe I don't trust in general. So my point today in talking to you is to kind of go a little bit deeper on this and to show you the value of trust and how trust plays an important role in what you can manifest, how you manifest, how you feel the whole time you're moving through things that are either painful or amazingly great. Trust is important. And I can see why a lot of us lose trust in our life based on past experiences, based on people that either have disappointed us or hurt us. We can lose trust. If you can take, you're going to listen to all this video hopefully, but if you can take one thing from today, is that trust, allowing yourself to sit in trust and to be trustful of what? Trust yourself. Trust that you're just in the right place to be. You are where you need to be and you're there for a purpose. You trust that instead of saying, oh, I shouldn't be here. This shouldn't be happening. None of this is really good. If I had only chosen this other thing in the past, I wouldn't be where I am today. I made that one mistake. No. Don't look at your life as a series of oops, mistake, error, what if, maybe that, if I had just done this other thing. No. Trust that every minute of your life is relevant and important for a specific reason. Even the bad stuff. You guys, even the bad stuff, even the challenging stuff, even the stuff that you don't want to remember, it's there for a reason. It allows you to move forward, to grow, to become a deeper person. When you let those experiences block you, when you let it dim you, when you let it make you negative about everything else that's coming next, when you let it define you in the negative, you go in a direction that is counter to your development, to your happiness, to your joy factor. So all of this seems like it's probably very, common sense, but a lot of us go through such tough times and we let it really, we take it personal. We let it dim our light. We let it define who we are or who we aren't. We are not any, so then the mind starts thinking, I'm not this, I'm not that, I'm not worthy, I'm not valuable, I'm not enough. Like when you're surrounded by that, it impacts you long term. When you make that conscious choice that life cannot be trusted, that people cannot be trusted, that love cannot be trusted, that nobody can be trusted. And we make these decisions. Trust is like a huge word. We make these decisions on many different levels, on many different topics. I don't trust this, or I don't trust that, okay? And you could be 100% right as far as certain things are not. Like trust is, hi Jeanette, trust you're believing something. Trust is connected to faith, positivity, choice, power. The one thing you have to trust, is your capacity to move through anything that comes your way. You trust yourself to make the best decisions that you know how to make. It doesn't mean that you have all the knowledge in the world to avoid any and all mishaps. All right? You don't know everything. If you knew everything, you wouldn't be here, right? Who knows everything? Well, on a spiritual level, we know things, but most people are not taking the time to connect to their spiritual side, their spiritual insight. That's a very, very, very big thing for empaths, and that's where we are all going, is to trust what we receive, to trust what we know. But a lot of times that logical side of us gets in the way of us truly embracing something that we don't fully understand. And that's where that whole evolutionary process and being invested in that, prioritizing that. Because at the end of the day, they say the saying, you're born alone, you die alone. It's you. This is your life. You get to step through each phase of it and make your choices to the best of your ability. And when all else fails, you make new choices. So the what, who, when, why, how of trust is what I wrote down here. So what do we need to trust? You need to trust your capacity to grow, learn, create, become expansive, become what you feel is there for you, become all that you can be. Some of us have big ideas in that direction. Some of us are very blocked as far as what we want to be, where we could go, and what we're doing. All right? So step into that creator side of you. What are you trusting? You're trusting that you were put here into a family with a certain amount of awareness, insight, pros and cons that came with that family. You've made choices along the way. You've had a vision, you've had dreams, and you've had ambitions, and you've had skills and knowledge, and you step into those, and you navigate that, and you make these connections, these relationships, and you navigate that some more. So none of us have the full script of what's happening. We need to make those decisions live based on what we already know. If we don't know something, we can't consider that as part of the equation in making decisions. So the whole step of the way in your life, it's for you to become more aware, more empowered, stronger, more purposeful, happier. And you share that with the world around you. If you have any other ideas of what this world is about, step back and rewind and listen to this again. You're here to become an expression of pure joy, an expression that is creative, hopeful, empowering to yourself and to other people. And anything that came into the equation before you knew this and that's left a mark on you needs to be cleared away. Look up Empath Evolution, message me, let me know if you have questions on this, because there's a lot to it, okay? I have a 10-day intensive, amazing training that's in Empath Evolution's community. It's a group on Facebook, so take a peek, take a look. So we're trusting ourselves. We're trusting ourselves to be in just the right place with just what we need and the capacity to move forward and grow from there. We're going to grow from everything. Nothing ever stops growing. The moment you stop growing, I'm not talking about height. I keep thinking of a flower, a plant. It's growing, it's growing, it's growing, right? When people stop growing mentally, emotionally, spiritually, as a person, they become stagnant. That's not where you want to be. You want to be in a constant flow of growth. And I can assure you that the universe is not going to let anybody just stay put in one place without their world getting changed around. If there's one thing that is applicable to all of us, is that nothing stays the same. Nothing ever stays the same. We're constantly navigating a new scene, a new landscape, a new situation. So you won't be bored, rest assured. So who are we trusting? Yourself and your spirit. The spirit that is within you. That's who you're trusting. You came here for a reason. You're not trusting the saboteur that's in you. You're not trusting the skeptic that's in you. You're not trusting the negative chatter that is in you. That is not you. That is just noise. Noise and more noise. So recognizing the difference is important. All right. Hi, Adam. All right. So let's see. When are we trusting? Well, if we're trusting ourselves, I didn't put anybody else in this picture. I said spirit in you. You're always going to trust yourself. Yourself meaning the positive voice in you that is filled with light. You're not going to trust the negative, sarcastic, I'm angry sides of you to make decisions for you. You're going to recognize when you are not balanced, when you're not really embodying who you are. Because there are situations and there are sides of us, right? So life knocks us upside the head, right? We have a bad day. We're feeling this way, we're feeling that way. Are we really going to make our decisions, important decisions, based on feeling that out of touch with our heart? Feeling that out of touch with who you are. So one of the precautions here with trust is I can understand how people struggle at times to trust themselves because maybe they've seen themselves not listen. They've seen other people take advantage of them. They've seen themselves sabotage their happiness. They've seen themselves make foolish decisions, right? We all do things that are not necessarily the smartest. But the moment you slow down and become aware of where you're at and what's in front of you, and the very important part of each decision is the action that you take. When you slow it down and you can see it for what it is, and each action leads to the next result. Each thing, action, reaction, cause and effect. So you're laying the groundwork, you're laying the seeds for the next stage of your life. You want to put some nice seeds down. You want to give it some thought. What you're seeding, how much you're seeding, the quality of the soil you're seeding it in. That way, what happens to you a year, 2 years, 5 years from now is a product of what you've seeded today. Okay? So I know I've gotten your attention. There's a lot to think about there. All right. When is always. And if you forget to trust yourself, you remind yourself, because at the end of the day, who are you going to trust? You're going to trust the man down the road? You're going to trust your ex-spouse? Who are you going to trust? Who are you going to give your power away to? Nobody is going to look out for your life like you are. You step behind the car. You're the driver. It doesn't mean you can't ask for directions. It doesn't mean you can't have a co-pilot with you helping you. It simply means You drive that car. Don't give your power away. Why? Why is this so important? Why am I doing this video for you? Because when we don't take the reins, choose to drive, when we stay passive and maybe we don't drive, we don't go anywhere, we don't make any decisions, right? We can stagnate. We let someone else drive, they crashed a car. We need to be intimately involved in our life, making every decision. If life is going too fast, we slow it down. How? Intentionally, we slow it down. You will know how to do that. When the time comes, you just have to ask yourself, how can I slow down the pace of what's happening? I'm overwhelmed. I'm confused. I don't know what to do next. You step on the brakes, you step off the gas. You idle along, you slow down if you need to, and you scope out the landscape, right? So, why is this so important? Why? Because being anchored in trust allows you to stop questioning everything that you're doing, everything that comes your way. You start moving through it instead of letting you get stuck. Oh no, now I don't trust anything. I'm not going anywhere. This isn't happening anymore. I'm not going to believe anybody anymore. I'm going to lose hope. Trust that you're living the life you're meant to live. You've moved through situations you were meant to experience, whether you did it intentionally or not, consciously or not, is besides the point. Those are the experiences you went through. They mold and they shape you into the person you are becoming. You want to be molded and shaped in a positive way that allows you to plant beautiful seeds for the next set of events that are coming your way. So if in some way you have unresolved emotions, thoughts that handicap you, sabotage you, dismiss your capacity to step forward, then we need a little help. You need a little help. You get a little co-pilot to hang with you, to show you exactly how you're going to drive through this in a clearer fashion, and how you're going to get out of where you're at to go somewhere else. From all the work that I do and all the people that I've met, it is absolutely possible. It's possible for you, me, and everybody else who really wants it. The people that don't have an interest, that don't want to change or shift, or they like to complain, let them complain. If you're following me, you don't like feeling weighted down by the world. You don't like the emotions that you experience. It hurts you to feel the pain around you. It hurts you to be in rescue mode. It hurts you to let others take over and make a mess out of your life. So you have to step behind the wheel of that car, which is you, and drive that car. Okay? So it just allows, faith uplifts you and allows you to really not lose hope. You're hanging your hat on something. You're believing in something. You have to believe in something. Otherwise, you're where? There's nothing there. It's an empty place. You have to believe in something. Believe in love. Believe in you. Love you. The last part is, how do we do this? How do we do this, right? How? Well, the number one problem we have, the number one, is fear. We're afraid of anything that makes us feel uncomfortable, anything that's really sad or horrible. We're afraid. We're afraid, so we try to control everything around us. We get worried. We start spinning this web of ideas into some sort of storyline that makes life very unsafe You're at risk. You don't want to be in a space where life is that precarious for you. Your experience of life is that precarious. You're walking around in fear. I don't care what you're seeing causing it. The moment you give it your attention and you start believing it and you start living it, you start becoming filled with that fear. So you cut out those components of your life or people or activities that fill you with more fear, and you do the opposite. Now you nourish and uplift and become faith-filled. I'm not talking religion. I am talking you. What fills you up and makes you feel more alive every day? What does that? You bring that into yourself, into your experience. And that makes the world a difference, because now you are stronger. You can step into action. You can respond. You can observe without feeling like you're a victim of what's around you, of what other people are doing. You focus on you, come back, focus on you, make choices, make powerful choices. And it's always about the next one, and the next one, and the next one. You are exactly where you are meant to be at this moment. And you will be exactly where you're meant to be 2 years from now, based on the actions and seedings that you choose today. It all works together. There's a plan. There's some sort of logic to this, you guys, but we don't always see the handwriting on the wall. There are laws in effect. We attract things to us based on what we think, what we allow, what we don't know about. So every situation that comes your way is teaching you something that you might not have known before. It's not punishment. It's not punishment at all. It's about you learning. And once you got it, then you go on to the next thing. And if you feel like, I feel like a lot of things are against me, I really don't know how to navigate this, then you find someone you trust to help you see with more clarity what's in front of you. Because for a lot of us, it's very easy to get mucked up as far as, can I see myself? Can I see my way through this mess? All I see is a mess in front of me. How do I move through this to get to the other side? There are many spiritual teachers and mentors and healers out there that are quite talented and quite available to help. So don't be shy. Reach out to the one that touches you at the heart level and move forward. Okay? I hope you learned something. I hope I shared something that you thought was good. If I get the same message day in, day out, I'm like, no, we have to talk about trust. Trust is the most important thing. You're trusting yourself. You're trusting where you're at. You're trusting that when you need help, you will get help. You're trusting that you do have the answers. The answers come when we're quiet and when we're listening. They don't come when we're angry. They don't come when we're desperate and crying. The answers come when you're able to hear them. You have to be in a balanced state to hear them. So we have to work consciously to observe, remove the fear, step into higher vibrations, basically feel calm enough to hear what's next, to hear the truth that needs to come through to us, to hear the message. What are we learning? Okay? Anyway, have yourself a great day, and I'll see you soon.